Welcome to Miffs. I'm Matt Hoss.
And I'm Dan Rhodes. Whether you know about Theseus or you're revising your syllabus,
If you want tales with a bit of jest, or you just want to hear about incest.
What?
What? It's really interesting.
Welcome to Miffs. Welcome to Miffs.
Dan, do you want to start from the myth today? You can start off the podcast. In fact, you're taking the lead in this whole podcast. I'll do whatever you say. You do whatever.
Hello, welcome to Miffs. Unfortunately, Matt can't be with us this episode.
That's not why.
So it's just gonna be myself. He's told me that I can kind of do the podcast. I'm going to take the lead on this one, and I've decided he's not in it. So
I am here. Hello, I'm Matt Hoss.
Did you or did you not 30 seconds ago just say I could take the lead and you would go with it?
The lead
Didn't see this coming, did you? Didn't see this coming, did you?
Different, isn't it? Because what I thought was maybe we could, you take a bit of assertion. Hey, welcome to the podcast. But now you just cast me out from my own ship.
I've also decided for this episode, seeing as I'm taking the lead, we're going to rank the myth before. We're going to work backwards.
Can we actually?
We're going to rank the myth before we do the myth.
Can we guess what we're going to rank it?
Okay. Let me write down some guesses.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
We know nothing. This is part 2, Jason of the Argonauts. Part 1 was pretty good. Got a solid 28 out of the possible 40 points.
So just to let you guys know, so last week we did Jason and the Argonauts. We're going to be doing part 2 of 3 this week, aren't we, Dan?
Yes.
Thank you for acknowledging me. So, here's the predictions. We're going to do the ranks in the first section, but so if you, in case you don't know, we have life skills, morals, creativity, and the WTF factor.
Part 2, I reckon, I know nothing about it, absolutely nothing about it, but I reckon, a lot of life skills. That's what I'm sensing, Matt. I'm just sensing a lot of life skills. I'm like the Delphic Oracle, I predict the life skills.
I agree with you. Just to clarify for the listener as well, we have no idea what's going to happen in this, because we essentially we've got our source, but we haven't really read into it. We also don't know the myth whatsoever, so we have literally no idea. Okay,
yeah, that's pretty much what we just said.
Just clarifying it for a more purposeful. This guy has to edit, Dan. So life skills. I'm going to say.
Do you reckon this myth's going to be? You reckon this myth's going to be a 7?
Yeah, I reckon it's a 7. What was last week's?
I reckon a 7. Last week's was an 8. There's no reason why this wouldn't also be high.
I think it's 7.
7. Okay, I agree.
But it's not as good. Not as good.
Morals. Now, do you reckon part 2? Now part 2 is like the meat. We've done the backstory. Now we're into it. They're a third through their journey. Do you reckon this is where the moral stuff starts coming, or is that going to be more part 3 thing?
I think this is where Jason's going to build himself as a character. So I think we're going to learn a lot of different stuff here. So I think it's going to be a 7 as well.
Okay, I think it's going to be a 6. 6.5 is going to be the average.
Well, why don't you put your rank and I put mine? We can kind of rank it together. Who see who gets closest.
All right.
So okay.
I mean, not that we can be biased and persuade each other.
Yeah. Yeah, but in all fairness, I think we're quite fair when it comes to that. In all fairness.
Creativity. The first one was very creative. Got an 8.
I think it's going to go a little bit lower. I think it's going to be a 6.
I think it's going to be another 8. Matt thinks a 6. I think it's going to be an 8. We literally know nothing.
We're so stupid.
Life skills.
WTF. So the WTF factor, or down let's call it life skills.
WTF. Do you reckon this is going to be more what the fuck or less what the fuck?
What was last time?
Last time was a 7, which is 3 less than a 10.
I think it's going to be a little bit more. I think we're going to get into a lot of meat here. So I reckon.
You think there's going to be monsters and weird stuff?
I reckon 8.
Do you know what I reckon? A 9.
Whoa! Playing with fire, Dan.
Yeah, playing with fire.
So my total is 14 plus 6, 20,
28.
Same as last week.
Matt thinks it'll be a 28. I think it'll be a
7 plus 6 plus 8 plus 9. Yeah, 6, 7, 8, 9. 30. Oh, high fly, Dan. Let's see how it goes. We're going to go straight into it. There's lots to cover today, so here we are, into the myth.
30. Have I done that right?
What was that? Say that again loud for the podcast. Was that you can't... That... Right, so...
No, it is 30, yeah.
Is it 30?
Yeah.
Had a lapse in judgment there, didn't you? Good. So, we're going to crack straight on with Jason and the Argonauts. Let's... What? What's up?
I just can't work out the maths. I can't work out why...
Right, so...
I can't work out why that's only... adds up to only be 2 less than yours, yet... There's a point missing there, there's 2 points difference there, and there's 1 different there.
Alright, hold on. So,
I suppose that's because yours is 1 more. Yeah, I'm right. 30. Boom.
Alright, we're going to crack straight on now. We need to do a quick recap. What happened last time?
Last time on Jason and the Argonauts, part 1.
Give me bullet points.
Jason is the son of a man who is currently locked under his palace by his stepbrother.
Yes.
Jason is therefore the rightful owner to the throne.
Jason goes...
It's not his uncle.
Yes, his uncle's on the throne. Jason goes to confront his uncle. Hey, bozo, give me my throne. He's like, no thanks. Why don't you go to find the magical fleece and then maybe you can like come back and be...
But why did you do that, Matt? Why did you do that? Because Jason was wearing...
a golden fleece.
Because he was wearing 1 sandal. The prophecy said that he would die because by the hand of a man who was wearing 1 sandal. He noticed Jason was wearing 1 sandal and thought, "Oh shit, he's going to kill me, so I need to get him out of here." And he made him go on a quest.
And Jason,
hoping that he would die on the quest and therefore not be able to return and murder him.
Bullet points. So you got a team together. You got Hercules, Theseus, and some of the
Atlanta
B-listers as well. And he's left half of them away, but. And also, amongst that as well, he had the Argos built with some timber who can tell the prophecy as well.
Yeah. Then they went on an island and fathered loads of children.
Then they went...
and left Hercules behind.
Yes, and then they boxed King to death.
Then they Apollo boxed King to death. And now they've just saved a man who lives on an island
who
full of harpies.
Had a lot of shit to eat.
Yeah, and he has in return...
give them some prophecy.
Give them some prophecy for their future voyage.
Something I didn't mention last week. They have a timber that can tell the future. Why do they need a blind guy?
I don't know.
Well, maybe we can find out then.
Shall we jingle it into Myth Part 2?
I think we already... Haven't we already jingled?
I don't know.
Let's jingle again.
I don't think we would have jingled because we just went straight into life skills to talking about that.
No, because I said, well, we're going to a jingle. I literally did.
Oh, did you say that? Yeah. So I was too busy doing my maths.
I know. So, here we are. I'm going to go straight into it. Part dos of Jason and the Argonauts. We talk about the clashing rocks. After a short stay, the Argonauts set sail on a favourable wind stirred up by the goddess Athena. Soon they reached a narrow and winding strait guarded by the Symplegades, the clashing rocks. The clashing rocks is far easier to say.
Let's just call them the clashing rocks.
Phineas had forewarned the Argonauts that no ship had ever passed through, and even if the Argo was made of iron, she would not survive. And just to give you forewarning, Phineas is the person who is the blind king.
Who they rescued from the island.
And he tells them the future because they saved them from the Furies as well. It was their gift. As counselled by Phineas, Jason released a dove to fly between the towering cliffs.
Where the bloody has he got dove from?
Don't know, it's amongst the fish that helped him swim earlier. You know, there's Brian the Eagle, there's Barry the Woodpecker, Dave the Dove.
Dave the Dove.
I don't think Dave has quite a long existence, really. Well, I'm Dave the Dove, mate. Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah, I'll go and drive through those clashing rocks. What happens? The rocks clash together like tremendous craggy teeth, nipping the dove's tail and sending the foam towering into the sky among the clouds and thundering the atmosphere. So the rocks literally smash together. I don't think they kill the dove, they just catch its tail.
Oh, yeah. So it's close. And if a dove can't even fly without nearly getting killed, what the bloody hell is a ship going to do? Even if it is one of the top boats.
It is primo. As an Aegean boat specialist, it is primo. What do you reckon Dave the Dove's reaction to this would be?
Like, bloody hell.
Yes. It's a dove with few words.
Cool, that was close, that's what he'd say.
I must have been a bit more like Cockney. Bleeding it, mate. Deep in that, yeah? Can I hear my Cockney
Did
accent?
he have a stroke? I mean, what happened?
Anyway, whilst the rocks recoiled, the Argonauts, combining their mighty strength once again, bent their oars like bows as they pulled forward. I don't think that'll be that helpful. I say, right, pull! Just snap the oars. Use it as a bow. The churning ocean dashed the Argo amongst its waves and eddies. Is that correct?
Among its waves and eddies.
Okay. Is eddies a term?
Eddies are like little holes between rocks.
Okay, gotcha. The churning ocean dashed the Argo against its waves and eddies as the Argonauts rowed furiously through the straits. And, just as the rocks crashed together again, the Argo, all but her aft ornament, pulled free and surged into open sea upon a gigantic wave, the first humans to ever pass the clashing rocks.
Didn't seem that difficult.
In all fairness, they actually had some skill there. They were like, okay, they didn't just go into it blindly. 'Cause that's what, like, remember last time where the Hospitality King, they just left the ship just to be marooned back there, if you know what I mean. So at least they have some tactics here, and they're doing it skillfully. So they send the dove through, clashes, and go whilst it's recharging, if you know what I mean. It's pretty clever, although, again, Jason gets no credit for this. Firstly, the men that helped him are the ones that actually helped through it. And also, Phineas told Jason what to do. So, again, Jason is just a shit leader here, isn't he? Anyway, what else happens, Dan?
Joyful of their safety, the heroes bent their oars against the sea for days, sailing past many foreign lands. However, their adventure was not without mishap. The seer, Idmon, was slain by the tusk of a wild boar. Shortly thereafter, Tiphys, the helmsman, died from the microscopic monsters of disease, and with unbearable grief, the Argonauts mourned their fallen comrades for 3 days each and built monuments on the cliffs for passing ships to witness.
So there's a lot that happens there. Firstly, Idmon, he is a seer. What the hell's a seer, Dan?
No one ever emailed us.
No, never emailed.
Thanks, guys.
We might even have to do a Google to figure out what a seer is. I guess it's a guy to look out on. A scout of the seas, if you know what I mean.
Yes, you talk, I'm going to quickly Google.
But I can't believe that whilst they're on a ship, the Idmon is killed by a wild boar. Like, how does that happen on a ship?
Then they got wine and sheep on board.
Also, I like how Tiphys dies not of like an actual monster, but of disease. If you're going to get killed by disease, Sam, what disease would it be?
If I was to die by a disease, what disease would it be?
Yeah.
Jesus. Heart attacks is nice and quick, I guess.
It's not really a disease,
It's
though,
like
is
a
it?
brain aneurysm that just kills me then and there. It's not really a disease.
No, but you have said a lot about how you want to die. And it's very nice that they take time to mourn their loss. But I like, again, how they mourn for the loss for 3 days. They have 3 days to mourn for people, but they can't wait 20 minutes for Hercules to go and rescue his missus, you know what I mean?
I've just found out what a seer is.
Whoa, drum roll, please.
A person of supposed supernatural insight who sees visions of the future. Yeah, he couldn't see that he was going to get killed by a boar. Fucking idiot.
So just a prophet, I guess.
I see the future. Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Well, they have a lot of prophets helping them out, don't they? A lot of vision to the future, but they have never... Yeah, I guess, why can't I tell them where the Golden Fleece is and just go and pick that up?
Well, they do, isn't it, in Colchis? Isn't that where they're on their way to?
No, that's the first island, I think. Was it?
No, Colchis is where they're on their way to. Lemnos was the first island. full of
Gotcha,
women.
that's a good point. Well, why not just drive there first? Oh,
Of course, it takes a while. It's on the edge of the world.
it takes 2 weeks.
They've been gone for quite a while. They were on that one island for a year.
That's what... It's different amounts of time which happens, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, it's... I find it odd how it takes a long time to just do one task.
Yeah, but they've certainly lost a few people so far.
Yes.
On the island of Eris, the Argonauts encountered the Stymphalian birds, whose feathers were like steel arrows. That's who Hercules had to kill. One of his 12 labours.
Task 3.
The birds had taken roost on the island after Heracles had driven them from Greece in his 6th labour.
Labour 6.
The Argonauts lit their shields and spears above their heads and made such a noise that they scared the birds into the mountains on the opposite shore. Afterwards, as King Phineas prophesied, the Argonauts saved 4 shipwrecked brothers who would aid them in their quest for the Golden Fleece.
Pause it there for a sec. We just mentioned it must have taken a long time for all these things to happen, right? So in this time, Hercules has already done his 12 tasks. So he's left. He's already done his 12 tasks.
Yeah, because that was like the 6th time.
How long are they taking on this?
Oh my god.
Hercules is such an... we didn't get enough for credit that time. He's such an efficient hero, because Jason's still tinting around at this time. If you know what I mean.
It's true. Also, I've decided every time the word Golden Fleece comes, I'm going to say it really dramatically.
How so? Give us an example. Dan is standing up.
The Golden Fleece!
Let's just Control F and see how many times he has to do that, because he stood up, got to the back of the room and shouted it across the room. So let's just do a Control F. Golden.
Quite a few.
There's 18 matches of the Golden Fleece. Dan, you're going to have a tired voice at the end of it.
Do it.
Carry on then.
With their new passengers and favourable winds, the Argos soon approached Colchis,
Yeah.
King Aetes' domain, near the edge of the world and the sea, with lofty Mount Caucasus rising above the kingdom. Here in the sacred grove of Ares, an immortal serpent, born of the earth and the blood of a god, watches over the Golden Fleece! With eyes that never weary with sheep.
Do you want to try that last line again, Dan?
It says, watch over the Golden Fleece, the eyes that never weary with sheep.
With sleep.
Oh yeah.
Such an idiot.
I didn't think that was a bit weird, but there's a golden fleece, and I figured sheep a fleece.
That's actually really good cognitive, how you...
My brain thought it was going to say sheep because it said fleece. Basically, it's very similar to the one in Juno, the thing that never always has eyes.
Oh yeah, the 100-Eye Monster.
Yeah.
Well,
so basically, they've approached Colchis. Basically, they've finally got to the...
Yeah, and actually the reason why Jason is actually there in the first place. So he goes to try and figure this all out. The Earth.
Can I also mention the Caucasus? Definitely can't sail to the Caucasus. They're like mainland, or they're like in Russia.
Wow.
They're like in Eurasia.
As a James boat specialist, you can sail there. The Earthbound Argonauts debated whether they should seize the Golden Fleece from King Aetes with persuasive words or by other warlike methods. How is persuasive words warlike? Unless you just call him a cunt all the way through.
Yeah, probably.
It's nice that they're actually thinking of like a peaceful option of this, because this is, so far they've killed quite a few people. Not as much as Bellerophon or anyone like that, but Jason concluded that at times words can accomplish what prowess can hardly bungle through. So it was that Jason and several shipmates set off for the palace of Aetes to test the power of words. They travelled through the water and reeds to higher grounds of the plain of Circes, where it is the tradition of the citizens of Colchis to hang the corpses of the deceased men from the willow trees, and, leaving the plains, they soon entered the tall gates of Aetes' palace. Okay, a lot there. So they hang the bodies of deceased men out to dry, essentially.
Yeah.
So it's like, is that a fashion statement, or what's the purpose of that? Is it to scare people away?
Yeah.
So in the courtyard of Aetes' palace, among ranks of columns, stood 4 fountains crafted by the god Hephaestus, each gushing either water, wine, milk, or fragrant oil. That would get
Smelly?
It'd get very smelly, wouldn't it? Just like, oh, Dave, there's milk all over! Oh, God! Imagine having that many cows that there's just milk everywhere. It's just gushing everywhere. So there's a milk fountain. There's a water fountain. Fair enough. A wine fountain. That's extravagant. Then fragrant oil. It's just like, is that to offset the milk? You know what I mean? What if you're gonna have if you're gonna design your own house, Dan? Imagine if you had a lot of money. Which fountain would you put in? A water fountain, a wine fountain, milk, or fragrant oil?
Probably a milk fountain from all my Weetabix.
It would have to be hot milk.
Hot milk.
And no bananas.
No.
Oh, imagine a hot milk fountain. That's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. How many Weetabix do you reckon it would take to use all the milk fountains milk? You know what I mean?
Well, it depends how many milk I've put in the fountain, doesn't it?
Let's say it's gushing out like a litre every 10 seconds.
A litre every 10 seconds.
I'm not sure if that's a lot or a little.
A litre of milk every 10 seconds. Probably 100 Weetabix every 10 seconds.
Could you eat that?
Give it a good go.
Every second. Every 10 seconds. Surrounding the courtyard was a rich gallery with orderly doors and chambers, festooned in flowering vines. Above them, the two tallest towers housed the family of Aeetes. At the arrival of the Argonauts, the courtyard straightaway filled with the throngs of people. Last of all came Aeetes and his daughter, Medea. So Dan, do you know who Medea is?
Medea is the...
Don't say the daughter of Aeetes.
The daughter of Aeetes, yeah. I've heard of Medea.
She is made quite famous in Euripides' tragedy Medea, and she is actually one of the more brutal tragedies that there is. And I think we'll probably touch upon what happens now. What happened?
Meanwhile, from lofty Mount Olympus, Hera and Athena had devised a plan to help the courageous heroes. The goddesses arranged for Eros to plunge one of his arrows into the heart of Aeetes' daughter Medea, so that she may be charmed with love for Jason and aid him in his quest.
This trope this actually happens quite a lot within in epics, because the same thing happens with in book 1 of the Aeneid. Dido is pricked by Cupid's bow because the gods want her to love Aeneas, so that they safe passage, if you know what I mean. Just the tactics from the gods to help them through.
Among the parapets flew Eros, unseen as a gadfly among heifers.
Always a gadfly.
Always a gadfly. Eros alighted upon a lintel in the courtyard and quickly strung his bow and notched a new arrow. Messenger of Pain.
Oh. So Messenger of Pain.
I'm the Messenger of Pain.
That's a good metal band, isn't it?
It is.
Messenger of Pain! I went to go and see a folk pop artist called Laura Veers recently. Laura Veers. Do you know of her by any chance?
You were playing it this morning.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's alright.
It's very nice, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
If you're a brain dead wet wipe.
Something that's the nicest thing you said to me.
Laura, I'm joking, it's very soothing.
However, it was in the same week I saw Machine Head, actually, so it was a bit of a different
vibe.
Yeah, so I went from to really nice acoustic songs, but because I told my brother I was going to see Laura Veers, and he goes, "Oh, is that a metal band?" It's like, no, Laura Veers isn't a metal band, because he thought it was Law of Ears. Because that's a cool metal band, isn't it? That's a good name, isn't it?
Laura Veers. So the Messenger of Pain. Drawing the bow wide with both hands, he let the arrow fly into the heart of Medea, who stood before Jason. The bolt burned deeply into the maiden's heart like a flame, and her soul melted with the sweet pain of love. Ooh. And that's a good band. That's a song name.
The Pain of Love. Pain of love.
And the hue of her soft cheeks came and went, now pale, now red, now pale, in her soul's distraction. Aeetes, upon seeing the shipwrecked brothers, sons of his daughter, and Phrixus,
nice,
thank you, bade the brothers and Jason to join him in a banquet. After his guests' bellies were full.
Bellies? That's the most posh way I've ever heard someone say bellies before.
Well, it says after his bellies were full, but I thought it was going to say after his guests belied something.
Yeah.
After his guests' bellies were full. I just wasn't expecting the word bellies to come up in a... After the guests' bellies were full and their veins causing with nourishment, Aeetes questioned his lost grandsons what calamity had befallen them and who were their new companions.
Again, this is, as I mentioned before, Greek hospitality, right? You feed people first, then you ask them questions. It's really rude to ask people who they are before they come in. You're supposed to be a good guest regardless of who they are and what political faction they're from.
The eldest born of the shipwrecked brothers gently replied, concerned for the success of Jason's quest. He spoke of the storm that tore their ship asunder, and how they, clinging to the beams of the ship, were blown ashore an isle that night, preserved by some god, and rescued by the Argonauts the following day. Also, the eldest brother spoke of Jason's quest to restore his throne, and pleaded with Aeetes to return the Golden Fleece to Jason, his saviour, and king several times removed. I'm a bit confused what's happening.
Let's decode that. So, basically, Medea's fallen in love, and...
because she's been shot by Eros' arrow.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You made love a bad name.
Copyright.
Do you reckon we'll ever get sued?
I'm counting on it.
If you're Green Day or Bon Jovi, please sue us at misspodcast@gmail.com. So I think essentially their families are getting to know each other as the Aegeans is learning about Jason and stuff like that, and Jason's trying to find information on the fleece as well. A deadly trial. Oh wait, so what I want to know?
So those two brothers were just shipwrecked, were they? And they just got helped.
Okay, so basically, King Aegean finds out that Jason only wants the fleece, so he gets a little bit pissed off at that.
Oh, I get it now. Yes, because of course this is all happening on Colchis, where the fleece is.
So he's like, oh, he wants my woolly jumper. Well, fuck him, yeah. So, King Aegean was enraged. He suspected the Argonauts were trying to usurp his sceptre and throne, and threatened to cut out their tongues, and hew off their hands, and cut off their belies.
Ha.
So, Dan, it's okay if I make a joke at you every now and then, you know?
Okay.
You're beautiful on the inside.
Oh, thanks, man.
But Jason spoke soothing words, assuring Aegean that he had no such desires. He was willing to pay recompense for the fleece in any,
the Golden Fleece!
In any way of war upon Aegean's enemies, and likewise all of Iolcus, who would know of his glorious fame and generosity. So Jason says, okay, we're not trying to get your sceptre, we just want the fleece. I'll pay for it in any kind of way, we're happy. He's trying to be a diplomat.
Yes.
Thus Jason flattered Aegean. However, Aegean brooded whether to slay them where they stood, spilling his fleecing gifts of wine and meat, or to make trial of their might. As he pondered, the latter seemed better and more amusing. So, Aegean addressed Jason that he could bear no grudge against a brave man and would gladly give him the fleece. But, Jason, you forgot to do it.
The Golden Fleece!
It sounds like you're just dying slowly every time you're saying that. He would gladly give him the fleece, but first Jason would have to win a deadly trial to prove his courage. Why is this always the norm? It's like, hey, you want this thing? Suicide mission.
Yeah.
In fact, the reason he's on this thing in the first place is a suicide mission, if you know what I mean. He's always trying to please kings.
Yeah.
King Aegean deemed that Jason accomplished a series of tasks that were grand in scale as the labours of Heracles, which were done 3 years ago. Get your shit done, Jason. First, he was yoked to a pair of fire-breathing oxen in plough a field. So he had to plough a field whilst those fire-breathing cows. Sorry, but that's the silliest myth I've ever heard about. Beware!
This is so weird. Also, if you're playing the field, they're going to be in front of you, so it's not that bad.
Imagine you hear Dave the Dove got killed by the clashing rocks. Well, some people died with a 6-armed monster. How did Robert die? Fire-breathing cow. It's embarrassing, isn't it? In the furrows, Jason was instructed to sow the field with the teeth of a dragon. This is getting very fantastical, isn't it? Then he was to dispatch the skeleton warriors that would spring to life. And finally, he was to defeat the dragon that would never sleep whilst guarding the Golden
Fleece!
Jason, feeling caught in an evil trap between King Aegean and King Peleus, and doomed to die, nonetheless accepted the challenge. He would just go home if you wanted to.
Yeah, so you have to plough a field, alright mate, with the teeth of a dragon, fire-breathing oxen, and then also some skeleton warriors.
It's like, for fuck's sake, mate, can I just I don't know, do jury service or something? And so, the guests retired, the heroic figures making an impressive progression through the banquet hall, Jason, most of all, shining with beauty and grace that burned in Medea's heart and soul with desire. Fortunately, the king's daughter, Medea, had fallen in love with Jason, because she was a mortal witch, second to none, and would aid Jason's quest for a fleece.
Golden Fleece!
Only 14 more times to go! So, his first trial, fire-breathing cows. What happens then?
Medea fretted all night how to help the young stranger, fearful that if he died, she may never recover from her sorrows. Oh my god, calm down. But how to prepare the charms about her father, the king, being any wiser? By morning she had formed a plan to rescue Jason from his deadly contest. While her handmaidens were preparing the chariot, Medea secreted the charm of Prometheus, which protects men from the wounds of both bronze and fire, that she had gathered from a flower that sprang from the blood of the tortured god himself, and required many steps to prepare. It's a long-ass sentence.
Just as a note, you know that the charm of Prometheus, which protects people of wounds of both bronze and fire?
Yeah, where's that been before?
That didn't protect Prometheus. He gets his liver put down every day. Okay. No, that doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't protect you from Brian the Eagle, does it?
Hello! Oh, it's nice to see you again. He's not a parrot, is he? Miss Brian. So, she helps him with this flower, right?
Medea promised to help Jason win the Golden Fleece, only if he would marry her. Jason's ambition was enough to make her any promise. So, he was eager to swear loyalty, and Medea gave him her charms and further instructions. Winning Medea's favour would make Jason a match for any man mortal or immortal.
Also, this is the second lady that's fallen in love with him as well. So what is it about Jason? Because so far he's just quite good with words. There's nothing else about him, if you know what I mean?
I think they like the idea that he's the leader. Actually, this is the first time we're actually going to have to see him do something.
Yeah, well, he did persuade the King Aegean, but...
That's true, he's obviously a man of great rhetoric.
But still...
On the day of the contest, Jason sprinkled his charms on himself, his weapons, comrades and horses.
So he sprinkled charms on himself, because it sounded like he just sprinkled his weapons, comrades and horses on them. It's like, yeah, feeling lucky, guys. Oh, what are you doing, Jason?
Jason swelled with strength. He got swole. When he approached the field, both bulls rushed out of their underground lair. They're in a fucking underground lair. Wrapped in smoke, fire billowing from their nostrils, their brazen hooves cracking the earth.
Quaking.
I've decided it says cracking because quaking just didn't sound right. The heroes of the Argonauts, citizens of Colchis, witnessing the contest, were afraid of the mere sight. However, Jason withstood their onslaught, grabbing them by the horns as they charged and bringing them to their knees, then fastening them to the yoke of Mr. Flames.
Is that where grabbing them by the horns comes from?
Well, I think grab the bull by the horns just means just in general, like if you want to get something done, just grab the bulls will just grab it by the horns and get it done with.
Maybe we should grab the fire-breathing oxen by the horns. That's
a better phrase.
Yeah, in the trout. Also, when he says he sprinkled his charm across himself and he swelled with strength.
He took steroids.
Yeah, it's just steroids, isn't it? Just pumped like, yeah, man. Anyway, so he's done the first part.
Charms.
He's done the first part of the first task. However, there's a second part of the first task. He has to sow the seeds with the dragon teeth. Jason took up the reins and plough handle, fashioned of the legendary adamant, and pricked the bulls in the flanks with his spear. The bulls raged forward, breathing flames and billowing winds that all seafaring men feared. Yet Jason guided them with a firm but steady hand. The team of bulls broke the tough ground, and behind Jason sowed the furrows with the seeds that filled his helmet. But it was no ordinary seed that the treacherous King Aegean had given Jason. They were teeth torn out of the jaw of the Ionian dragon. Oh, that's it. So, that ended very suddenly, and we realised that's the final part. He says it was treacherous, but I don't know why it was treacherous. So, it kind of ends very suddenly, and yeah, it doesn't explain why it was treacherous as well. So maybe we should just make our own reason, because maybe, I don't know, it seems a little bit of an anticlimactic way to finish the part 2, if you know what I mean, because that's officially the end of part 2. However, it seems very easy for Jason.
Well, it's left on a cliffhanger, actually.
Well, yeah, because more stuff does happen, but who knows what happens.
So he's sowing the seeds, but the seeds are dragon teeth.
But I don't think anything more happens, right? Maybe it does. Who knows? Maybe yes. Actually, let's build it as a cliffhanger.
Surely dragon teeth must grow into something when you plant them. That's obviously what they're leading to.
Orchids?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Chrysanthemums. What's your favourite flower, Dan?
Forget-me-nots. No, I don't know what my favourite flower is. I do like an orchid. I do like... what's your favourite flower? I don't know if I have a favourite flower.
I do like roses. I just, daffodils are very nice. So.
I know exactly what the one I'm trying to think of, but God knows what they're called. My grandparents have them in their garden. It's like the rose. It's like a big bush the things like that has like big purple and red flowers.
Dahlias, something like that.
I don't know what it is. Anyway, that one.
Anyway.
But no, dragon teeth must grow into stuff when you plant them. That's what they're leading to, isn't it? Little did he know that he was, seeding dragon teeth. So obviously,
Maybe he's just building a very slow dragon.
maybe.
But also, at the moment, King Aegean's like, hey, can you just do some chores around the house for me?
The first dangerous trial is plough the field. The second one is pick up the Hoover. Clean my car. Anyway, that's the end of part 2 of Jason and the Argonauts. And we're going to... Well, we've already ranked it, but we're going to re-rank it again.
And make sure it's actually accurate.
And we're going to see who's more accurate, Dan or I. Okay, jingle now. Alright, Dan, are you ready to rank this mother?
Yeah, it was pretty obvious you've won, haven't you?
Have I?
Yeah, because you put it as 28, I put it as 30, and there's no way this was the same, this was more than the first one.
Well, who knows, Dan? I might be crazy generous. 40 marks, 10 across the board.
Life skills, what are you thinking, Matt? What did we learn? How to shoot someone in the heart with an arrow. How to get some oxen.
That's a very typical Dan Rose thing. You ask me a question and they go, no, I'll answer it. Yeah, we'll learn how to sow land. Learn how to tame bulls. We'll learn...
Fire-breathing oxen.
Yeah, not normal bulls. We learn how to make a woman fall in love with us. Manipulation.
Yep.
We learn how to...
Rescue shipwrecked people.
Yes, we'll learn how to fly away from clashing rocks.
Yeah, that's true.
Learn to sail quite quickly as well.
We learn to sail through crashing rocks.
We'll learn how to do animal abuse on Dave the Dove.
Yeah, we learn how to get away from the Stomalian birds, whatever they're called.
Symptomalian, yeah.
That's the one.
That's actually a good one.
We learn how to become a gadfly.
Always happens. We learn how to plot and plan for it to steal a Golden Fleece.
Yeah.
But not really follow through much.
We learn how to... Yeah, I suppose... Cause how is he going to get past that mortal serpent, though? That's the way I'm excited about.
Oh, well, maybe some dragon teeth. We also learn that... we also learn that you have to mourn for your dead for 3 days.
Yeah.
We also learn that the most monstrous monster you'll ever face is disease.
Yes, that's true.
And
we learn that even if you can predict the future, you can't predict getting stabbed by a wild boar.
yeah, and you can never trust a wild boar on a ship.
Never bring a wild boar aboard on a ship.
Also, we learn how to build a milk fountain.
Yeah, that's true. Milk, wine, fragrant oil fountain.
Yeah. I guess that's a decent amount. Lots of small ones, I'd say. Learn how to be persuasive.
Yeah.
Also learn to just do other people's bidding all the time as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you reckon?
7.
Is that because you voted that?
No, I actually do think it's probably a 7.
We both put 7 anyway.
7.
I don't know. It doesn't seem as much as others, but it's decent, but not as much as others. I have a 6 or 7, I would say. Is 7 too generous though?
No.
Yeah, it's a decent amount, yeah.
Yeah.
Moral. Let's not look at our scores. So I
can't remember what I put for morals.
Morals. Okay, we've just discussed quite a lot, but if you don't make someone fall in love with someone else just for tactical gains, if you're gonna, instead of killing someone, get them to do some tasks for you.
Yeah.
Get them to do your chores.
If you need someone to fall in love with you, just get a god to do it for you.
Yes, exactly. Well, I pray every day. We learned that how to be a good guest in terms of hospitality rights. You feed them and then ask them questions. Learn how to. It's okay to save people's lives.
Yeah.
We learned that.
It's not hugely moral heavy. It's not moral heavy. We thought it might be.
But
it's
then we
not.
did learn that it's okay to. They're actually really pious in terms of they mourn their dead for 3 days.
Yeah, but that's not really. And I suppose he did welcome everyone in. You know, he.
But is that more etiquette than moral?
The moral, yeah. Him helping him and the shipwrecked brothers, giving them food to drink and eat.
I think maybe.
I'm thinking 4, Matt.
Yeah, I'm saying 4 as well.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Creativity.
It's quite creative.
I like it. Take us through, Dan.
Stemphillian birds.
Yes, loads more. A lot of different monsters this time.
A lot of different monsters.
Fire-breathing ox.
Fire-breathing ox.
Dragon
Dragons.
teeth.
Serpent. I know we haven't met the serpent yet, but we know of it.
Medea. And the fact that, Medea is quite
The crashing rocks.
different kings getting them both to do different tasks as well.
Yep, it's true.
The
guy getting killed by disease, the other guy gets stabbed by a boar.
The fact that Jason actually plans to actually figure out how to get Jason to talk about it as opposed to
I'm just happy they finally actually made it to bloody Colchis.
Yeah,
these are actually here now.
and there's also intervention by the gods as well. So yeah, and also we see a bit more of the shipmates as well. We see Jason do more stuff as well. So I guess not crazy high, but decent. Maybe a 6, I would say.
I would say 6.
And finally, WTF.
So what's messed up here?
Clash of Rocks is a bit weird.
Clash of Rocks is a bit weird.
Try to kill David Dove.
Trying to kill the dove. The fact that the king thought about killing them all.
Yeah, he gets so enraged by people trying to take his throne, and the fact that he actually makes him do more tasks is really weird.
Yeah. The fire-breathing ox. No use for that, really.
It's mental.
Dragon teeth. We still haven't worked out why he's dragon teeth, but we'll find out in part 3, hopefully.
I think it's messed up that the gods manipulate this young woman's heart just so it's easier for him to help Jason, if you know what I mean. Yeah. It's very twisted, if you know what I mean. That's really cruel. And again, we'll see what happens as a result of that. But in the end, it never ends well. We also bump into a lot of different famous people, like Circe's, Plains of Circe's, and stuff like that. So I think, and we travel around a bit more, like Caucasus, and in the sacred. Yeah, it's not really WTF though, is it? I don't know. I'm not crazy. Oh, I think what is messed up is taking ages to do it. Hercules finished his 12 labours by now, and that still took him like 13 years.
That is pretty messed up. Yeah,
it did take him It took him a long time.
Yeah. Well, it's fair. We know we don't know if we've done all of them, but we definitely know by now he's done at least the 6th labour because that was the Stemphillian bird. That doesn't mean he's done all of them.
It took him like a year to figure out get at one. He got the deer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that says a lot about how long it's taken.
Yeah, that's true. It's taken him a while.
The timelines are all messed up here.
Yeah. So
I think this is about a 6 or a 7. 6 or maybe 5.
I think it's like at least a 13.
You're trying to get your score.
Yeah. At least a 13 out of 10.
For a very average myth.
Nah, it's like a 6, isn't it? It's like a 5.
Crazy?
It's a 5.
I think a 5.
It's right down the middle because 5 is always the score we give very average myths.
So it's 7 for life skills, 4 for myths, morals, 6 for creativity, and 5 for WTF. It's weird that life skills is actually the highest out of them. It's usually the lowest scoring one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is.
So what's that add up to then?
22.
So who won out of the total?
Well,
let's read out our scores actually. So we both said 7 for life skills in all fairness.
Morals, you put 7, I put 6.
So you won on that one.
I won on that one. Creativity, you put 6, I put 8. You won on that one.
Did I actually get it on?
Yeah.
They're bang on as well.
WTF, we were both way off, 8 and 9.
Yeah. But I think we were kind of right because Jason did kind of get a bit more character progression.
Yep.
And
he's actually doing stuff.
I actually saw a lot more monsters as well.
We did. That was correct. It just wasn't as meaty as I wanted it to be. Still good nonetheless. I look forward to part 3 to find out when hopefully he gets the actual Golden Fleece. At least we know he's at Colchis now, and he's just got to do a few tasks, and he's there. That's what he's got to do.
And I think it's going to be absolutely mental on this one. This next one's going to be a proper ending to this whole myth as well.
Hopefully.
Before we go, Daniel, I'd like to plug my Edinburgh Fringe show.
Far away.
Dan, actually, can you plug my Edinburgh Fringe show for me?
Yeah?
Yeah. Do you remember much of the details?
Yeah, Matt's currently doing Edinburgh. He's having a great time.
Yeah, I'll be in Edinburgh whilst this is on. So,
we're assuming you're having a good time.
I'm probably crying in a puddle.
Yeah. You are doing Love's Labour's Hoss.
Lovell's Labour's Hoss, yeah.
Love's Labour's Hoss with your friend.
Nigel Lovell.
That's what you did there. That's really good. And you're also doing your...
What time is it on, Dan?
One of them's 10.
One of them is 22:45, but Lovell's Labour's Hoss is in the evening?
7
to 8, yeah. And where is it at? 3 Broomsticks.
7 till 8.
And also
Lovell's Labour's Hoss.
Do come along to that. That's totally free, and it's my best material as well. Earlier in the day, 10:30 in the morning, I'm at doing the Viva Las Vegans showcase, getting the best vegan communities to perform some at a coffee morning. It's really fun. Isn't that fun, Dan?
It is really fun, yeah.
It'd be nice and chill. The earliest I've ever done stand-up, but it'll be fun. And also, we are also in the evening, 22:45 to 23:45. Oh, the Viva Las Vegan ones is in Henderson's, the vegetarian cafe. And the one in the evening, the compilation show, Matt's Comedy Collage, is 22:45 for an hour. Some of my best friends in comedy. And some people I don't know.
You've got a busy schedule, Matt, every night.
And also teching for Laura Lex. So
busy time.
Yeah, but you might as well do it than not do it, if you know what I mean. And I'm spending a lot of money to be up there, I might as well smash it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. And what would you there's usually quotes and posters. What quote would you give me so I can use as promotional things? To entice these listeners, how would you tell them?
So it's like Matt Hoss, and then like a little quotation.
What quote would you use for Matt Hoss?
I would probably use. He's had this gig in the Trout for a while.
Or I would probably use a beaten up Nick Frost.
Anyway, Matt, other than Edinburgh, we should probably mention quickly that people can get in touch with us at Miffs Podcast, Twitter and or Facebook, or email us at miffspodcast@gmail.com. miffspodcast@gmail.com. Give us 5 stars on iTunes, please. We're now also on Spotify, so do enjoy.
Yes, so please stream and review us. That only exception to that rule is if you're Green Day, please don't
sue us.
Copyright lawyers, stay away. Anyway, we're going to crack off now. Crack off? That sounds like we're going to... what we're going to do to each other.
Crack off now, yeah.
After every podcast, we just crack off. Just get naked and crack off.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dan, thank you for being a lovely co-host.
Thank you for having me today.
On my podcast. Wait, isn't this... Technically, you took the lead in this one, so you can end it as well.
Okay, guys, thank you. Although if you do go to Matt's Edinburgh Fringe Festival, when you go up to him and say, hi Matt, can you say to him really loudly, just at the end of the gig, go, oh my god, are you Matt Hoss of Miss Fame? He'll love it. Miss Podcast Fame.
But do it right at the end of my final punchline.
Oh my god, I just realised that's Matthew Hoss of Miss Podcast Fame. And point really aggressively.
And if you have a shoe or something, just throw it at me. Yeah, that'd be great. I'll definitely forget about that, and I will cry. If
also, Matt really loves people that heckle him with air horns. So do bring an air horn and just fire away during his gig, whenever you want. It's one of his favourite things. Air horns or vuvuzelas also do the same job.
Or fireworks. Anyway, see you guys soon. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Miffs.